panel discussion on the cloud framework and security strategies for the KSA Government Authorities. Well, we're looking at talking about legal framework and strategies for the cloud deployment in the KSA region, how to improve citizen services using cloud technology, smart cities and cloud technology challenger or enabler, cloud versus data centers, national security concerns of data storage and management, general privacy challenges versus GDPR specific challenges, and also digital naive youth as a future of digital transformation for Saudi Arabia. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're joined by our eminent speakers. First up, we've got Faisal bin Humaid, the Executive Manager, Cybersecurity and Risk OT, IT, ACWA PAR, Saudi Arabia. Faisal is experienced head of cybersecurity with a demonstrated history of working in the banking industry. Somebody who's skilled in the IT service management, information security, disaster recovery, IT operations, and ITIL. We're also joined by Sid Ahmed Ben Raune, the chair, US ISO Working Group Innovation Management System, MENA Government's Advisor, United States Innovation Ecosystem Builder, United States. Well said, being a thought leader with 20 plus years of experience in multiple sectors, regions, and industries. And he's somebody who advises senior leaders and executive teams in the government and private sectors on issues related to digital transformation, change management, market entry strategy, communication, leadership, innovation, human resources, performance management, and excellence. We're also joined by Ahmad Al-Damas, the Executive Director, Cybersecurity and Risk at the Council of Cooperative Health Insurance, Saudi Arabia. Well, a believer in the KSA 2030 to be the North Pole, experienced in digital transformation with a solid foundation on science and engineering, Ahmad is skilled in business strategy, process re-engineering, renegotiating, planning, coaching, information security standards as well. Well, we also have Dr. Asil Adawud, the KSA AI and Data Science Ambassador, Oracle, Saudi Arabia. Well, somebody who's experienced as a data scientist with an excellent record in data science, AI, ML contributions to the research, publications, training, as well as coaching and mentoring. Dr. Asil has participated in several journal and conference publications around natural language processing, prediction modeling, as well as ontology. She's somebody who's a leader in technology and is paving the path through innovation and change. And ladies and gentlemen, the moderator for this session is Abdel Majid Al-Said, a tech speaker, cybersecurity, AI, and a technology expert. Well, Abdel Majid is a cybersecurity consultant, trainer, mentor, and a speaker, and the acting chief information security officer in one of the most major established groups. He's somebody who's having more than 22 years of experience in IT, including 16 years in information and cybersecurity. Well, ladies and gentlemen, with this, as you can see them on the stage and screen, with this, I'd like to pass it on the live baton to our panelists to take it forward with their live discussion. Abdel Majid, it's time for you to moderate it further. Thank you once again for everyone for joining us. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for this opportunity. I would like to welcome this panelists and thank you for joining. We have some information here and questions need to be discussed regarding some hot topics here in KSA and international. So I will start my question with Mr. Faisal. We would like to discuss the legal framework and strategies for cloud deployment in KSA. And what is your opinion on that? And what exactly the challenges and the things that need to be looked at it and to understand what can we do on that challenges that we help all the KSA to be moving in this towards the cloud.
Sure. Hello, Abdul-Majid and everyone, and thanks for giving me this opportunity to share some experience that we have on this regard. I think cloud computing has become a trend around the globe, and Saudi is not an exception on that regard. We have seen multiple attempts by different regulators within Saudi to regulate this industry, if I can put it like that. If I can recall, in 2016, there was an attempt by CITC, Communication and Information Technology Commission, to regulate this, and they came up with their framework, which came into effect in March 2018. There was also another attempt by National Information Center. They they tried to regulate this industry, and they came up with some ideas, some frameworks in this regard as well. And the latest attempt was by a National Cybersecurity Authority in Saudi. They just came up with their own framework, if I'm not mistaken, 3 months ago, and they gave a compliance date, December 2022. So these 3 or 4 regulations that we have in hand. Also, SAMA, the Saudi Central Bank, has also tried to impose some regulation in this regard. So this regulation came to help to organize the industry within the Saudi and around the region in this regard. And I think it has managed to cover some of the or to address some of the issues that we have faced for a long time in this regard, which is the absence of any clear regulation on this point. But now I think the challenge that we have in front of us, all of us, is attracting enough investment in this area. I was happy to hear from our previous from our friends from Cloud4C just a few minutes ago that they have invested a lot of efforts and money and to build their own infrastructure within the kingdom. But still, I think we need more of this. And the arena for this is wide open for everyone. And many attempts have been tried to attract international investment in this regard, because cloud computing is by nature is a big investment, big business, and to survive on this business, we have to start big. So these, if we go back to the regulation, we are talking about 2 types of requirements. One is for the service provider or the cloud service provider, and the other one is for the recipient or the cloud service tenants, if I can put it like that. So these are the framework or the ground rules for this cloud computing, and this is the trend that we are in. And I think cloud computing is here to stay, not to leave, but maybe some regulation with regard to hosting the data within the boundaries of the kingdom might cause some delay in reaching the maturity level that we want. But overall, I think we are progressing in the right direction. Over to you.
Excellent, Mr. Faisal. I just would like to back to you the same topic, that do you think there is some regulation need to be revised, or to be towards going for the cloud, helping you to advance or expedite moving to the cloud, or you feel that the regulation is much better and we are going gradually on that?
I think from the regulation perspective, we are covered to some extent, and but those regulations came up with their own challenges for the service provider. One of the main points that is being highlighted in different occasions is that the requirement to host and to host everything and to keep all the data within the kingdom boundaries. Of course, to fulfill this requirement, you have to build your own facilities within the kingdom boundaries, and this is not an easy thing to be established within 1 year or 2. And in addition to that, it's another it's an investment that you have to look to from that perspective. So I think just to provide a short answer to the question, that the regulation that we have in hand is more than enough, at least in my view. But now the question is, can we attract more investment, and especially I'm talking about the big players in this arena. We all know about Google, AWS, Microsoft, Oracle. These big names need to be here, and I think with the new regulation, it might take them a while to get in, fully compliant with the requirement on this regard, and it might take them 1 year or 2. We have already heard some partnerships. I think we all have heard about the partnership between Google and Aramco to establish a new joint venture to provide services to these regards. STC is also discussing the same thing with Alibaba, and Oracle is coming, SAP is coming. We have heard all of these partnerships going around, but things might take some time before we start to see this kind of service offered in the Saudi market.
Excellent information. Thank you, Mr. Faisal, very much for that fulfilled made of this question. And let's go back again to Dr. Asil and Ahmed Damas. I will direct my questions to you regarding how to improve the citizenship to improve citizen services using cloud technology and how to improve the effect of digital transformation. Can we start with Dr. Asil? Your mic, Dr. Asil, you just open the
Yes,
mic.
thank you so much. As we know, citizens are and their well-beings actually are the main drivers for governments to improve their services. So, and governments have a huge responsibility to provide all of their citizens, either they were individuals or they were businesses, with an excellent service that meets their need and to position them in the right way for success and to be able to deliver their services in a better way. For that to be done, technology comes to the rescue, I think. Digital transformation is a key here. And we saw that with Saudi Arabia Vision 2030, it's a mandate for all of the governmental entities actually and sectors to implement and seek digital transformation. What happened actually last year with COVID-19 issues and all the lockdowns and all of the issues that happened, that has accelerated the transformation of of technologies, and cloud technologies is one of the main we can say drivers for transforming faster, more easier in a more better way. So one of the main goals actually we have at Oracle is to bring more accessibility to services using these cloud technologies, and to work hand in hand with the governmental entities, with individuals, to better serve the individuals and the smaller or businesses to deliver better cloud services and cloud technologies. Without time, like what we have been going through last year, I also believe in innovation and being innovative in delivering the solutions. So we have to be able to have a better services for the citizen using the cloud technologies. Innovation is a big part, and to be able to do that, to be able to solve many challenges using the innovation, the focus need to be in building the innovation, not in building the technology. So, for example, a very quick scenario that happened with all of the fuss last year with COVID-19 and the people having a lot of questions. How can we answer these concerns and answer this the citizen problem with, for example, the issue of having many health questions regarding COVID-19. So one of the projects that we worked on was building a digital assistant for Ministry of Health to answer the citizen questions regarding any health issue that they might have. So in 1 month, there was more than 2 million messages in that platform. So that solution using innovation and digital transformation, it was helping improving citizen services and be able to deliver in a very fast, agile, and easy way. So I think that's how it should be encapsulated.
Great information. Thank you, Doctor. Thank you very much for this informative information, and that will help us a lot. Back to Mr. Ahmed Damas, reverting to you to the same question. If what's your opinion on that?
Thank you very much, Majid. Thanks for the panelist. It is my pleasure to join you today on talking about the cloud and citizenship. Mainly, the bottom line is the customer experience and how the citizens or the government sees the citizen as improve their customer experience. Lately, the Saudi government established the Saudi Government Digital Authority, which is a new organization that focus on improving the customer experience for the Saudi citizens to use their digital ecosystem. And the first mandate is to improve their experience. In that regard, okay, Faisal and Asil talk about two different aspects. Faisal talk about the regulations, the laws. Everything is now moving towards the cloud, and the citizens are encouraged to use these digital transformation, these services on the applications. Abshir, Tawakkalna, Sahati is a new environment that government is providing services through these applications. And all of these applications are on the cloud. So everybody is going towards the cloud. But the most important thing is how is the business people, the private sector encouraged and understand the transformation. To put it in plain words, still the adoption of the cloud in the private and some government agencies is very low because giving the services or giving cloud services or hosting is expensive. If you go to Oracle, is too much expensive. If you go to even local telecom providers, they provide the cloud, it is expensive. So government agencies and private sectors start even today, although there is a mandate not to create a data center, but we can still see that there is some data centers built and the adoption of the cloud services is very low. So there are two factors. Government is encouraging, establishing a new entities to make sure that the services delivered to the citizen on the cloud are up to the standards, up to the customers, up to the citizens' prosperity, and giving the services to the citizen at their place, at their location. We have seen these in Ministry of Health, where even they provide this app, Sahati, they provide the appointments, even they provide the services to their homes, the vaccine and everything. So it is a total transformation in providing the service, similar to what is the best service giving to the customer. Thank you.
It's very information. Thank you so much, Mr. Ahmed. And I noticed that if you get the vaccine in one of the, like, for example, the exhibition of Riyadh, you feel that there is a well-organized way of doing this process, and there is steps, and there is some lines you have to go with. You feel that it's all of this is the things being well organized. This is very good. And you mentioned that during your talk about the data centers and the data storage in this cloud. What do you think this related to national security concerns? Is this will be a problem or any obstacles that can affecting this, or what do you think?
Again, the cloud security is much more robust than data centers, because data centers, you need to create team that's surrounding these data centers in terms of operations, in terms of security, in terms of even the infrastructure of redundancy and disaster recovery for each part of these applications that they are providing. If the people start to move to the cloud, I'm sure that the security issue is much simpler and more secure on the cloud. But again, there is an issue of the mandate. Faisal spoke about it, which is that all the informations for the Saudi populations, citizens and residents must be resides within the kingdom. So, and there is a violation if you host your data or information on the cloud outside the Saudi Arabia. So we have seen these giant organizations, Google, Microsoft, Alibaba, coming to the Saudi Arabia. But this will take at least 2 to 3 years to give the full transition. So people are not waiting for 2 to 3 years. They start creating their data centers within 6 months, small organization or medium organization, and where the issue of the security will become an important issue. I know in the health sector there are intention to move to the cloud, but it is the same time frame, 2 to 3 years, that everybody will go to the cloud.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ahmed. The same question will be directed to you, Mr. Faisal, regarding the data centers and cloud and national security. What do you think here from your point of view?
I think the main driver for the cloud is the actually two main drivers. So first one is the service reliability and availability. Okay, so if I am requested to maintain the service locally within my data center, I cannot keep it up to the level that I'm getting from the cloud service provider. So this is one of the main drivers. The second driver, I think, is the cost. It's more cost effective if you take the servers from the cloud. So these are the two drivers that I think are leading this trend towards the cloud. So it's coming, and I see, to be honest with everyone, I see no way that we are going back to the old fashion of doing things. But it's a matter of time. But the question that might be, and it was raised a couple of times, and it was touched by Ahmed and Dr. Asil at the same time, is if I am hosting, I'm receiving a service from the cloud provider. So it goes without saying that I'm entrusting this cloud provider with some classified and confidential data that I want it to be maintained on a certain level. On top of that, I need to be compliant with the local regulation, which is clearly stated in this regard, that all the data needs to be hosted within the kingdom boundaries. So these are the two main drivers. And I think from the discussion with the local regulation, this issue, they know that the Google and the Amazon and these big names, they are good at doing security. Nobody can argue about that. But the question, I think, is the data sovereignty, and this is the main. They don't want the most critical data of the country to be at the hand of Google or whomever outside the kingdom. They want it to stay within the kingdom, and this is a question that needs to be answered. That's why the new regulation came to solve this issue and to put it as a mandate that every service provider has to comply with this regulation, and they have to keep the data within the country. And if they want to continue on this business with Saudi, otherwise they will be out of this market, and they have to figure out a way to deal with this situation. So these are the main drivers. So I totally agree that it's a national interest, national concern that we have on this regard, and it's being looked at by NCA, as I mentioned earlier, and also we have, I forgot to mention, the national Office for Data Protection, if I'm not mistaken. It's under the umbrella of SEDAIA. So they are also looking the data protection, and they are coordinating their efforts with NCA on this regard. But it might take some time before we reach the maturity level that we want to explore.
Brilliant, Mr. Faisal. Thank you so much for this information. Back to the Fasil. What are the steps recommended for the digital native fields of the future of digital transformation in Saudi Arabia? Can you give me a little hint here or explore this subject?
So, as part of a digital transformation process, one of the main steps to be done is actually to equip people with the needed expertise. So, we cannot do digital transformation without expertise in the market to be able to do and deliver such transformation. So, one of the top digital roadblocks is the lack of skills internally, and this have been studied before. And it has shown that actually 35% of organizations see lack of skills internally as a threat to digital acceleration. So organizations are actually noticing that that a lack of skills internally in their task force. So developing such skills is really needed. We need to have first developing the skills of students who are still in the universities, and then developing people after they graduate from the universities and who are actually now in the market. A lot of digital transformation skills are needed, such as being able to deal with for example, cloud technologies, big data, AI, data science, all of the emerging technologies, IoT, blockchain, etc. So that means we need the steps to be done or recommended is to be able to develop first people in the universities and people who are in the market, and also people who are willing to develop their own startups, so entrepreneurs, digital entrepreneurs. So because they will be able to deliver digital services to other sectors. So for example, here in Oracle, we have multiple initiatives that serve all of these three, we can see segments. For universities, we have Oracle for University. We deliver workshops on emerging technologies for the student. Introduce them to the cloud technologies and all of the emerging technologies that we have. After graduation, we have delivered many programs before related to enhancing the people in the market skills in emerging technologies. And also we have developed an innovation hub here in Saudi Arabia that deliver or build solutions around the technologies that we have. So as I said previously, actually, innovation is the one-stop market for being able to transfer our digital infrastructure, and also to be able to achieve our vision in 2030. We have another program called Oracle for Startup that actually focuses on empowering new startups in technology by giving them access to technology, consultation, also access to the market, because that's what actually entrepreneurs need nowadays, not just accessing technology, but actually how to start working with customers, delivering the solutions that they have to the market. So I think that's mainly the main steps that will be able to deliver such, be able to accelerate the transformation in Saudi Arabia.
Great, that's great. Another thing that, do you think that I feel that there is a lot of initiatives regarding this same subject, Master Twig for the fresh graduates, also going outside abroad to study for cybersecurity, And most of the people now, the cybersecurity is like the target for all of the youth. Even I found some fresh graduate, they are not even studied that in the university. They change their mind, they go for cybersecurity because now the talk is cybersecurity. Do you think all of these initiatives will be good thing on that, or it need to be organized? Only if you, what is your opinion on this?
So we have seen a lot of initiatives right now coming from the governmental sectors and actually from market itself, with programs like Masker Twig and other programs from MCIT and all of these programs. Even if I always say, even if these programs didn't deliver sometimes very strong candidates to go to the market, at least it deliver awareness, and that's what we need in the market. We need people who are aware of the technology, even if they are, we know that they are in the first step, and we know that improving on their skills is going to deliver and accelerate the transformation.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks so much, Mr. Asif. Let me go to Mr. Ahmed. I don't see his. Yes, Mr. Ahmed, I'm just discussing with you regarding the smart cities and cloud technologies. What do you think? Is it a challenger or enabler?
Definitely, it is enabler, and I think there is some initiatives to move towards smart cities, as we can see that in some area of Riyadh city, the connectivity becomes free. Municipalities encouraging areas to be Wi-Fi enabled. But at the end of it, it depends how you want the customer or the citizen to be a user of this technology, a user of providing these services to the customers free of cost or at minimal cost. So in order for you to move to a smarter city. However, I think the penetration of using digital services, for example, in Saudi Arabia, is one of the highest in the world. We are ranked in top 10 in using digitalization, internet services. So, and therefore, if the citizens is encouraged to use and to move towards to the applications, apps, in any matters, with the awareness that mentioned in terms of security, we are moving to a smarter city.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Ahmed. It's very great answer. Let me back for the last question for Mr. Faisal regarding what are the general privacy challenges versus GDPR, specific challenge in the cloud. Any insights fall in this?
I think because at the end we are talking about the data privacy and data protection, and this is the main challenge. And GDPR is the main one of the well-known laws or regulation in this regard. So if you are moving onto the cloud, you have to make sure that you are taking care of the protection of the data and also data privacy, because if you are entrusted with the customer data on or maybe a medical record and this sort of data, then you have to make sure that by selecting this cloud provider, you have to make sure that it's up to the level, and he will not put you on situation by leaking some of this information to any non-related parties. So it's another area of the national concern that is being looked at by by different agency within the kingdom, and we have started to see some regulation. There is a new request for a data compliance officer, or data, I forget the title, but it's a data privacy officer within every government agency, and his main task is to look into these kind of things and to make sure that anything being handled locally or maybe on the cloud is being handled correctly without leaking any classified data to any unauthorized parties.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Mr. Faisal. And I think now we are running out of the time. And thank you, all of you, the panelists, Mr. Faisal, Dr. Asil, and Mr. Ahmed Damas. And thank you so much. And we hopefully meet you again in new events that having full, fruitful information as what you are providing now. Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us today. To all our eminent panelists, we really thank you for your time. Thank you for joining us.